YouTubers, Brian Proctor back again with another video, and this is a request from a couple subscribers that wrote me and asked me, can I draw and show them how to fold arms on the character? So I don't know if I would call this an action position of the week, but I guess I'll throw it up like that anyway. And some other people have asked me to see more art. Do I have any channels? And I do have a what is that called? Deviant Art channel. Thank you, Brian. Which the title, the address will be up here, so you can go and check that out to see some more of my drawings other than what I put up here. And then for you new people, you old people know about it. You old viewers know about it already. New viewers, I'm doing these two. Let me pull back. Books. These are my action pose books, and these are a bunch of action poses. So when you're drawing your comic book, if you have problems, figuring out a pose or trying to, get a pose together, these books are full of them. And then there's hands in the back too as well. So, and that's my guys, and this is like the all girl actions. So these are all girls for the men that have trouble drawing girls, or the girls that have trouble drawing girls. So that's just a quick plug of my own art and my own work. So that's going to be up online too, so you can go buy these books if you're having trouble with anatomy. So this is what's been done today, and I'm rambling, so just let's go look at the video. So the first thing you want to do is this. I want to draw three angles: front, quarter, and side view, because I just don't want to draw the front view because everybody might not draw their characters from the front. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see how large or tall my characters are. Since I'm using three characters on one paper, I want to pretty much keep them like what? I don't know, keep them like something. So this is the length size I'm going to use. And since this guy on the side, he's going to be basically standing on the side of him, so it does not have to be in perspective. And these are just perspective lines that I'm doing here. So I'm going to just rough out my characters. Before you do the arms, do the rest of the body, because the arms are going to cover your chest so that you won't have to try to go in between and try to fix whatever you didn't do. So oval, upside down U, center line, curve right here, curve right here. At the top of that, go back and look at my torso video and you'll know what I'm doing right now. Coming down a little bit more, it's your waist. That's where your belt would be. Come out just a little bit, do your upside down house. These guys are going to be thin. They're going to be really, really thin. I hope you guys can see this. Just keep on going, keep going, keep going. And then my legs. And I have a confession. I did this earlier and my camera stopped. It stopped right in the middle of my lesson, and I kept going and I did not know that it had stopped. So yeah, that's very frustrating. Memory is stupidly fresh, as Thor said. Yeah. And they were a little wider. So I don't want to draw these guys small, because the first page was exactly this. I was done with the thing. I was ready to ink, but yeah, such is life. So let me redo this whole thing again. But you want to draw the body first. You want to get the body in proportion, because I say when you fold the arms are going to cover the chest. So let's do this. You want to at least do your delts. Chest right here, turns right there, goes up into the delts, cuts in right there. Nipples come down, so this is going to come in like that, leaving your love handles or your obliques coming down into your crotch, giving you your waist, hips, giving you your legs. which is going to be a little short, but I did leave some room here. And there are a couple things that really, really burn me up. One is when I burn toast or bread, any kind of bread thing, Pop-Tart, toast, bread, whatever, it stays with me. It really stays with me. And the second one is when I do a lesson and I have to do it again. That just, yeah, those two things are two of the things that burn me up. And that the other thing is people, when you stand in a long line, people that just keep rocking and they just rocking. It's like, well, be still. Yeah, those are my little pet peeves there. So yeah, you go to the bank or something and you standing in this long line, or you're in a grocery line or whatever line you have to wait, and the person in front of you just rocking back and forth. That's just aggravating. Aggravating as hell, but that's just me. All right, so this guy's long. He is like real long, but that's okay. It's about the arms, and it's not as wide as the other guys, which I don't know. If I keep going with this one, I'll be shocked. I might stop and redo it a third time. But you know, usually when you do something over again, it comes out better. So let's just stay with that belief. Okay, from the side. Now the way I did this, which is up and down, you do your torso up and down, and when you do it from the side, you want to do it at an angle like that, at an angle, because anytime you fold your arms, your torso is going to move back naturally. I guess it's to support that extra weight that's going to be up on your chest. So when you do that, move along. I usually angle mine like this and then come down. That center line, my crotch, like that. And then do my legs. I have this leg down like that. And bring my head up. Now that's getting loose, because I was criticized on the last video I did about, well, I knew that every time I did something that I really try to do right, or as I say, I really care about, I care how it's going to look, and you should care about all your drawings, but when I care too much, I get really stiff. And then when I just do stuff just to kind of do it to have fun, it becomes really loose. And then this one is becoming loose now. This particular position is getting loose, which is what you're supposed to do. Get loose, get loose. And remember, because this is going in perspective, if my center line is about right here, it comes down here, here. So any line, like the chest line, would have to be like on this line here. So if I did this like that and curve that up, chest line would be here and curved. So the belt or the waist would come about here. The knee, if I put the knee would be in between this. So one knee would have to fall here, and the other knee would have to fall on that line to keep it in perspective, not proportion, perspective. Now let's see if I can stay loose on this guy here. Same thing with the side position. You want to angle that torso back. Then you have your back straight down. Your buttocks comes out. I don't want to make this guy too big. And then your legs come down like that. And since he should be on the same line with this guy, but I'm not trying to put everything in perspective. I'm just trying to show you guys how to do the legs. And he might be leaning over a little bit much. Maybe not. Maybe not. So he might be back a tad bit much, but he's a superhero. So we're going to put the head up here, or the neck here, and we want to, it's going to be the cranium. We want to you're gonna lean it anyway, because to look this way, you're gonna have to lean the head, the face, the head, like so. So he's gonna be looking. God, he got awful tall. I don't know how he got taller than that guy. Let's just bring him down just because. And that's why I say in my videos, once you start drawing, stop every now and then and look and see if everything is coming out proportionally. Let's keep his head down. And it's not the same guy, of course. It's not going to be like the same character, should I say. And he's still up high. I'll bring him down a little bit more. Get the head right first. And then bring this down. Bring that down. I might just bring his neck up, give him a long neck so he can fit. But anyway, you want to be able to do, and so your neck, then here's your collarbone. All right, so I see the problem now. I got interrupted and I paused it and I stepped back and looked at it and I see the problem now. So this is the bottom of the torso. This is the collarbone and this is the top of the torso. So, and I know my lines are crooked because I always draw up angle lines. So let's just say this is the top of the torso. This was the bottom of the neck. So it should be way down here somewhere, but yeah. This is the bottom of this. This is the waist. And yeah, so if I wanted to make it perfect, I'd fix all that. But for now, yeah, let's just do this thing here. So we have this, and your waist from the side, it comes kind of like this, and then into your leg, to your knee, and then this goes straight. Your calf comes out and in, and then the back of your leg like that, and your foot, which I'm not going to take to that line because it's too tall. He's just going to be in the air. This is more of a tutorial instead of an action pose position, but I guess I may keep it in the realm of action pose position. So, okay, anyway, collarbone goes straight here, but it actually comes down like that. So, because the torso is round, this thing is round. So if you look at it from the top, and this was with your neck, and these are your shoulders, your collarbone actually goes back because it's round like that. So it's going to come back down a little bit, and then your delts like that, and your back is going to come up into your neck and your shoulders here like that. So let me do this. Your chest, it's going to come out like that. Your abs, or your rib cage is like that. So this is going to be your abs in here somewhere, like that. And then your, as I said, your what is that called? The love handles, your obliques like that, and your manhood down here. So your lats are going to be like this. And then those ribs are going to be right here. So as I say, you want to get all this straight because once you put the arms in there, you won't have a chance to redo it. So this guy, let's just bring his chest down a little bit more. Let's give him some curve since I'm a little bit more looser now. Now let's get to the teaching part. So when you fold your arms, I'm looking for something. When you fold your arm, let's say here's your chest right here. Here's your abs. Here's your collarbone, neck, head, and delt. When you fold your arms are not going to go straight down like that and across. They're actually going to come in a little bit like that to fit right. So also, when you fold your arms, you kind of have three ways you can fold it. And I'm going to use colors. I got red, green, and black. Okay, so you can either fold it, this is the bottom of your chest. You can either fold them to where they're like at the bottom of your chest. You can fold them to where they're at more like just a little bit more at the bottom. A little, not so much at the bottom, should I say, a little bit more at the bottom. And then there is a high fold where they're like way up here. So if that was from the side, if I showed you from the side, here's the side, here's his neck, here's his poor excuse for his head. So you can either, and here's your delts, you can fold it down, here's your chest. You can fold it down below the chest like that. You can fold it up to where it's kind of right across the chest, and you can fold it up high like that. And this is more like your emperor kind of arm folding way up here. Your superhero is more in the middle, and then you're just your lazy. I'm just so lazy, I just fold my arms are down there. So what we want to work with is this one in the middle right here. That's the one we want to work with right there. So in order to do that, let's go back to the drawing board. Get rid of some of these pins. We have this again, that, your chest. So in order to do my perspective foreshortening, let's just say I have a straw. This is a straw I laid out on the table. Stripes. I won't put stripes in it again. This is just a straw. Now, that straw is laid down like this. Now, if I start to pick this straw up like that, it's going to look like this. And the higher I go with the straw, the more rounder it's going to become. Until it is just like that, pointing right at you. And so you can do that with your legs, your arms, when you're starting to foreshorten. So imagine all those were on the same line. So the same thing here with your arm. You want to do, let's just say, and it's hard to say. So let's say your arm is going to be here. So let's bring these in. Remember I said they're going to come in a little bit. Let's just do the cylinder or a capsule, cylinder capsule, like that. Now if you figure which is going to be over and which is going to be under, from there, let's do a point like that. And the same thing here. You're going to do this point. You're going to follow that point like that. Now, right about here, your wrist is going to be right about here, so that's going to drop down with the one over. Now, the one under, you can put your fingers, so your fingers on the bicep if you choose to. Now, this is basically all you're going to do is when you fold the arms like that, except this is going to come over that part there because it actually goes up. It comes over and it goes up. You have your elbow, which is going to be more pointy, and then your line or that bone for the elbow, and it's going to curve. So then you're going to have a curve here that does this. Same thing here. It's going to come off of this and curve here. And these are going to be more your more distinguishing features when curving that arm. You're going to have your elbow, and you're going to have a little piece under there, like that. So with this point here, you're going to have a point for your elbow. You're going to have piece that comes up and down. And that actually goes into the arm, and your bicep is there. So you can have this, 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 and then this, because your other arm is going to tuck up under there. So you're having the same thing. That, and you have your piece for your elbow. And then you turn your bicep like that. And because of that, it's going to be pushing against the chest. So your chest is going to kind of round out a little bit, maybe be pushed in because you're squeezing it together. And then you have your delts. You want to bring your delts in. You don't want to have it out like this because your shoulders will be too wide. So you want to bring it in more like that. And then your delt separates. You have that separation, and this part is going to be lower. This in over here is going to be lower than this part here. And then you have that little indentation here, collarbone, and your shoulder, your neck, like that. So as I said, you have your bicep and your tricep. Your tricep is going to come out, but don't try to do your tricep, because if it's not right, it throws everything off. But just bring it out and bring it in like that. And then your bicep curves, and it curves into that, like so. And that's going to be your front arm cross. So let's do this little guy here, if possible. So as I say, you want to bring this in. So it's going to go basically almost across the chest, not too much across the chest. You just play with that. Do it lightly until you get it right. And then remember, you're doing your point. I don't know what that would look like. What like a meteor or something shooting down, or a raindrop or something. And I'll bring this out a little bit more at the elbows. And then this one too. So I guess if you get these two where you want them, and that's low because that's under the chest, and I just told you about that. You get them where you want them, then you can line up your arms. So that's really low. That's one of those I don't care kind of things, positions. Like I don't care. That's not the powerful position. So let's get rid of that, and then bring it up in the chest, as I was saying. So up here, so I want to go up here, so I want to go my point. Like that, and remember that wrist is going to bend down there. So that means your arm is going to, you're not going to move this anymore. The bicep is going to come here, and the tricep is going to come there. So you have this point here, and you have your other point. Say if you have your finger, I'm not going to put the finger, let's just say the wrist is going to be bent down. So from here to about here, I'm going to do that. That might be a little too low. Bring this up a little bit more. And this is why you always draw all of this and get this out the way. Because once you cover it up, it's covered up. And you want to do this lightly. Until you get the arms where you want them. I think I'll even bring it up a little higher. And since I'm using my red a lot, I'll just use the blue. Okay, and then your bicep, tricep sticks out. You can actually take it across in there and then do your delts. So you can actually make this all the way around and then bring your delts in like that. So as I say, your wrist is going to be here. This is going to be tucked down. And if I did a hand, I would put it like this, but I'm not going to put the fingers there. I might do it in ink just in case. Okay, so below that, you're going to have your elbow kind of right at the bottom. So at that elbow point, it dips out a little bit, and then it curves in like that. Hopefully you guys can still see this. This, as I say, you have this muscle here that's pushing, and then this, I have one more eraser on my blue pen tool, comes up, comes over and up into the arm a little bit, but let's not worry about that. It's just this meaty piece right here, this elbow, and this is what we worry about. So we have this, it's going to come down and up, this, and we're going to have this, that point on the elbow, right there, and then we're going to have this meaty piece right there. And then you might hear squeaking from the company downstairs. So there you have that one, and it'll show a little more when I ink it. I'll do it fast, but hopefully it'll show a little bit more when I ink it. So let's do this guy here. This one, instead of doing this first, these two first, you want to bring this one out. You have this delt like this, and you want to put that cylinder here, and then you want to raise to the height that you want. So this one, again, you want to do your whatever that would be. This what shape is that? I don't know. Meteor falling to Earth. This straight across and down, and the same thing with that one. You got your point here. You do your circle here, and you can take this out as far as you want, but this arm is going to go out like that. It's going to come almost the same angle like that, and then you do your meteor falling to Earth. So like that, round this off, because this is your tricep, your bicep, and again you have your elbow here. You have that piece that comes out. I should do this in a pen, you can see it. Elbow, that piece that comes out and folds around there. And the same thing again, you have this piece comes down and around. Elbow comes here, and then your triceps. Tricep, bicep. Shoulder comes down into your delt, which drops down, and depending on the angle, you'll see some back, depending on the angle. Same thing here. You'll see your bicep curve around, your delt, that here. Why do I keep pulling my paper over? Why don't I slide my chair over? And then again, you have your elbow, piece under the elbow, and then that piece right there. I just slid my chair back over. Let's see my camera still rolling. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this last guy, and I did not show you. Let me show you this. I just showed it to you. Let me show you this on this paper here. So we have this is that, it's the chest, comes in, you have your delt, you have another delt. And as I said, you want to draw your cylinder. You don't want it way below the chest, that's still in the chest, that's up high. But for the sake of arguments, let's just do this. This is my delt, this is my bicep, tricep. And then this is going to be my meteor falling to Earth. If I could think of a better shape for that, I don't want to say a water drop, because a water drop is more like that, a teardrop is like that. So this is just like a meteor falling to Earth. Then again, you want to bring that arm down, and then the other part of that opposite polar meteor falling to Earth. So there you have that. As I said, your wrist would stop right about here, and your arm would tuck down there, your other one. So your fingers would be somewhere up in here if you did the whole, I want to put my fingers on my bicep type of thing. And then the bicep, because your chest is going to come out, your chest is going to be there. This one's going to be puffed up over that one because it's pushing in. This is going to be your delt, these two pieces, and then your collarbone. So that's going to be rounded like that. This is going to be round because your elbow is going to be here, which goes up and forms your tricep. Like that, and the rest is your bicep. But unless you're doing a close-up of this part of the arm, I wouldn't worry too much about getting your biceps and triceps in there. And then of course, again, like I said, your little piece of extra added meat here, your line for your elbow, and then it comes around. It's going to come around because that arm is tucked under, and then you have that extra under there. So yeah, that's for that one. Now let's do side view. For side view, I need this again. Side view. So we want to do this, and your body is going to lean back. If ever you fold your arms up, you will see your body leaning back. You won't be straight up like this with your arms folded. You're going to be back, especially if it's a superhero like that. So you're going to lean back. Here's your chest. Here's your delt. The one thing I was going to say, your collarbone is straight across here. Why am I moving over and you guys, the paper's off? The collarbone is here. When it comes down, it's going to be down. I think I already said that. So it's going to be down your delts, and then you're not going to see much. You're just going to see this side here, and then it puffs out here from these pieces right here. So you're going to see that, and that's basically all you're going to see there, because your elbow comes here, and then you have your triceps, tricep here, and you might see just a bit of your bicep, because this arm, this is going to come back like this. So it's going to be like this, and then your bicep like that. And I really don't think you'll see any of your tricep. But then you come out, as I said, you'll see your elbow, and your elbow does kind of like a U thing here for this to make this shape, and then you have this part right there. And I mean, if you want to, you can see some other part that would be like this. Kind of, you have this one, and you're gonna have this here with your other arm here, but a straight profile, you won't really see that. So with this one, as I say, it's going to be above the chest. So let's just put it like here and here. This is going to come up, and it's going to lay back like this. You're going to have a dip in it like that. From the bottom, you're going to have your tricep that comes up, and then you're going to have this diamond almost shaped piece here, and then you got your bicep. So your tricep, as I say, your elbow, it makes a little shape like that, and then that your tricep curves around that shape like so. Now I could bring that out a little bit more, which I think I will. Because your other arm is tucked down in there. So as I say, you might see, and this is your wrist going down into that, in between that arm, not into that, in between that arm. So basically that's all you're going to see. And when I ink it, you'll understand. You'll see a little better. because all the lines. So roughly looking at everything again, I think I will go and ink it. Okay, so that's going to be it for this arm folding tutorial. I don't know if I can consider this an action pose position. I guess I could, but we'll see when I put it up. So I hope that you did get something. I hope that my teaching was worthy enough for you, because I kind of lost myself there a couple times. But in the end, I managed to get it out. So that's going to be it for this video. And as I said in the earlier video, I'm going to have a giveaway pretty soon. It's going to be a pretty nice giveaway too, but keep a listen out for that. And with this, I will call it quits, and I will see you guys in the next video. I am out.